This is Pam Smith with Farm Journal Magazine. I'm with Brent Philbrook from Bayer CropScience. And Brent, tell me about weed management versus weed killing. We were just talking about what's the difference in how farmers are going about doing weed control today.
Well, you know, we've had some new technology in recent years that have made us real comfortable in going after weeds. We have products that kill virtually every green weed, green plant in the field, and then our crop has a tolerant trait in it that survives these applications. So we really have no problem just going out and spraying and killing everything, and that's the mentality we've fallen into. Before we had this technology, we had to piece together several different herbicides and tools, implements, if you will, different strategies on how to control weed. So it was more managing that weed pressure and those particular troublesome weeds. We're at the point now as we get more resistant plants out there, and that can be volunteer crops or it can be selected resistant weeds. We no longer can approach it with this killing mentality, pull the product off the shelf, just go spray it, because it's not going to kill it anymore. We have to put some thought into it, some strategic management that starts when we're not cropping, in other words, in the wintertime. And that way we can approach these problems strategically with the right choices to take these products out of our crops. So this is returning to the weed management that we used to do versus just a slash and burn or killing the weeds mentality. So it's more of a complete approach to managing the weed pressure in our crops.
So we have a whole generation of people who really haven't done that. How do they get started?
How do they get started? Well, they have to realize what their fields are like, which weeds are the troublesome weeds there. What is their cropping management? Are they going back corn on corn? Are they going to another crop that gives you different alternatives as a herbicide to take out that volunteer crop that may become a problem? So again, we have to sit and we've got to target our problems, the things we need controlled in that field. We need to do a little research, look at our extension publications, look at what our dealers and our agribusiness leaders are suggesting for control of these various targets, and we have to put together the best sustainable program that we can use in our cropping management to get rid of those difficult weeds, because those difficult weeds that we don't get during the heat of the season are going to become a real management nightmare by the end of the season, particularly year after year.
So if we haven't had this experience, we've been using these traits to control and then subsequent chemicals that match up with them.
Right.
Do farmers even know what do they know how to identify the weeds that are out there? I mean,
well, and if they don't, and there's a lot of tools, online tools, but there's also a lot of experts, local experts, that are very willing to help you identify these troublesome weeds. If you don't know, you take a little shovel out to the field and some wet paper towels, and you dig up a weed and you wrap those roots in the plant in a wet paper towel and get it to the local extension agent, get it to your local Bayer rep, get it to a local expert that can help you ID that and make some suggestions on products that are good at controlling that particular weed.
okay, thanks a lot, Brent.